The mighty goddess Ixchel is profoundly revered in Mayan mythology as the moon goddess and as a figure connected to natural cycles and feminine power. Representing the moon in its distinct phases, Ixchel reflects the life cycle of women, directly tied to menstrual cycles and the notion of fertility. She is often depicted as a beautiful, powerful, and mysterious female figure, whose expression is both peaceful and strong, usually together with a snake and nocturnal animals, emphasizing her connection with lunar mysticism. Lunar cycles were not just a time measure for the Maya, but also a symbol of the cycle of birth, life, and rebirth. By revering Ixchel, women could connect to their own inner cycles and to the healing power of nature, understanding menstruation as part of a wider, more sacred connection with the universe. Ixchel's relationship with her consort, the god Itzamna, embodies the sacred union between the masculine and the feminine, the moon and the sun, and creation and renewal. Whereas Ixchel oversees lunar cycles and fertility, Itzamna stands for the sun, knowledge, and cosmic invention, and together they epitomize the essential balance of the universe. This unity between both deities seems to suggest that life is guided by complementary forces, where the feminine and masculine do not vie with each other, but come together to create and sustain the world. Standing together, they provide continuity and order to the cosmos, where Ixchel's vital energy shapes Itzamna's creation. The goddess is a maternal figure, protector of pregnant women and children, in charge of granting blessings to births and the rise of new generations. This aspect of the goddess was especially called upon during pregnancy and childbirth, times when women sought her protection and a safe and prosperous birth. Ixchel was essential for the Maya infertility rituals, and her blessings were viewed as a sign of health, prosperity, and the continuity of family life. She was often conjured up in ceremonies conducted by midwives and healers, who turned to her blessings for the well-being of both mother and child. Ix Chel is also referred to as the Lady Rainbow. This title makes her directly tied to rain and the rainbow. In Mayan myths, the rainbow is perceived as a harbinger of fertility and hope, a sign that the land will be given the water it needs to sprout and thrive. By relating Ix Chel to the rainbow, the Maya saw her as a mediator between heaven and earth, a figure who provided renewal and growth by assuring that the rains would reach the crops. The rainbow is also a hopeful symbol, viewed as a pledge of regeneration after storms. Ix Chel, as Lady Rainbow, holds out this promise to mortals, guaranteeing that even in challenging times there will always be renewal, a new period of abundance and life. But the goddess also has a darker, destructive edge, a feature that draws her into league with storms, lightning, and floods. She is seen in her destructive guise as an unforgiving force, associated with the power to destroy to allow something new to emerge. Ixchel's duality echoes the Maya's cyclical understanding of nature, where acts of destruction are necessary for regeneration to occur. Just as storms sweep the earth clean and prepares it for a new cycle, Ixchel's devastation is both a threat and a promise of new beginnings. As Lady of the Lunar Cycle, the goddess is closely tied to the well-known Mayan calendar and the Wheel of Time, ruling over natural cycles and the flow of time. The Maya believed that time was cyclical and that the moon had an essential role in shaping these cycles. Once one of the most sophisticated systems for measuring time in antiquity, the Mayan calendar consisted of phases of the moon and natural events, of which Ix Chel was the custodian and personification. The Maya sought to understand the flow of life through her, relying on her guidance to establish the right time for sowing, harvesting, and carrying out sacred rituals. She was a symbol of the harmony and continuity of time, and her presence in the Mayan calendar cycles bolstered the belief that life, like the universe itself, was a constant process of transformation. Hidden off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula, the island of Cozumel was one of the most important religious sites in the Mayan world consecrated to Ix Chel. The goddess welcomed countless pilgrims to the island, especially women seeking her blessings. These were sacred pilgrimages, often made before marriage or during pregnancy, to ask the goddess for protection, fertility, health, and safety during childbirth. The island became a sacred place and an important spiritual destination for Mayan women, where rituals and ceremonies strengthened their bond with the divine feminine. These shrines were filled with offerings, such as fabrics, jewelry, and food, all of which were gifts given to the goddess to secure her benevolence. The ceremonies on the island also included prayers, dances, and healing rituals led by priestesses who served as mediators between Ix Chel and her devotees.